Will the higher interest rates make home buying here in Rochester, Minnesota unaffordable? Well, today we're going to take a look at what are the things that affect affordability when buying a home. I'm going to give you an example of what you can expect for the median sale price of a home here in Rochester. Then we're going to take a look at some numbers and see, how much your house payment will be based on the median sale price home here in Rochester. And then I'll give you a free offer that you can benefit from. So let's first start out with the things that will affect your affordability. So the first one obviously is interest rates. Now with interest rates, the 30-year fixed interest rate right now is like 7.5%, which is pretty high from what we're used to. A year and a half, 2 years ago, you could have easily gone, 3%, 3.5% on a 30-year mortgage. But keep in mind that there's other ways of making this interest rate lower, right? You can go possibly to a 15-year loan. That'll make your rate lower. Your payment will be higher, right? But your rate itself will be lower. You can also look at adjustable rate mortgages. Now, I know that when you hear adjustable rate mortgages, or ARMs as they are called, they might sound more risky, and they can be more risky, right? Because the interest rate is fixed for a period of time. It could be 5 years, it could be 7 years, it could be 10 years. But right now, I believe it's about 6.5%, maybe closer to the lower 6% if you were to go with an ARM or an adjustable rate mortgage. My hope or my thought is that rates will go down between now and 5 years, but obviously I can't guarantee that. So if you decide to go that route to lower your rate and your home payment or housing payments, mortgage payments, then just know that if rates don't go down, that your payment could be higher. So that's why it's good to have a professional lender that will help you kind of look at all your different options. So number one, interest rates. There's things you can do to lower that. So now let's take a look at item number two, which is your own debt, right? Your personal debt. So whether it's a car, whether it's a personal loan, credit cards, things like that, obviously that's going to affect your how much you can afford on a home. So if there's ways that you can pay off that debt, if you can lower your expenses for a couple months, take some time to really work on your finances, that's going to help you be able to afford more, and it's going to make your housing payment more affordable. Item number three is home prices. So obviously, home prices in the last several years have been going up. As interest rates have gone up, home prices haven't tanked, obviously, but they've softened a bit and they've come down a little bit. And so, and usually this time of the year, going into the fall, and then the winter time of the year, usually the median sale price will start to go down a bit. That's pretty typical. And then in the spring, they kind of go back up. So home prices is something that you can negotiate more on now than with, the last, year and a half, where it was very, very difficult. The percentage of list price to sold price is basically about 100% on the median percentage. But there's definitely homes where you can negotiate more than others. It just kind of depends. So again, that's why it's good to have a professional realtor that will help you get the best price on the home, help you negotiate. So if you're able to, let's say if you're looking at a home for $300,000 and you're able to get it for $290,000, obviously that'll help you with your payment. It won't be a significant change per se, but every dollar counts, right? So that's one of the things that you can focus on. Item number four is down payment and closing costs. So a lot of people think that they need to pay 20% down payment to be able to buy a home, but you can get into a home for as little as 3%. Right now, the lower your down payment, right, the higher monthly payment is going to be naturally. But again, it won't be a significant change. So if getting that 20% is tough for you, just know that you can still get into a home. There's a lot of down payment assistance programs out there that you can benefit from. I am an expert with down payment assistance programs. I know all of them. So if you have questions about them, let me know in the comments below, and I'd love to help you and give you those information. The other thing is closing costs, right? Right now, you can negotiate more as a buyer. So there's ways that you can get, even if you got 2% of closing costs on a $300,000 home, that's $6,000 that now you don't have to put out of pocket or add to the loan in that case. So that'll also make your payment and the purchase of your home more affordable. Item number five is income and expenses. So if there's ways that you can increase your income, if you can get maybe a side hustle or another job where you can save some money, whether it's for the down payment or just to have some savings when you go to buy a house, that'll make it feel more comfortable. If you can get to having 3 months of your expenses saved, or even 6 months, that would be awesome, right? So focusing on that would be very helpful. And then also expenses, if there's things that you can cut, things that you can do to, you know, save money and put yourself in a better financial position, that also helps, you know, buying a home be more affordable. Now, if you're in a position where, you know, your income is not consistent or as strong and you have a lot of expenses, then, you know, maybe you have to wait a little bit before you buy a home. But the sooner you start working on that, that's gonna help you in the long run. And item number 6 is maintenance, right? So maintenance is a cost that sometimes when you're buying a house, you kind of forget about. As a homeowner, it's always there. You're always gonna have maintenance. Things are gonna break. You have to fix things and maintain them so that when you go to sell your home, which is an investment, right, you'll get the most money for it. So maybe if you're looking for lower maintenance, maybe you could buy something that's newer, that's already been updated. So there's ways for you to, you know, kind of minimize these costs, but at the end of the day, you're always going to have maintenance costs. So we just went through a list of things that you can kind of think about and, you know, look into so that you can buy the most affordable home, you know, that will serve you with your needs and your wants, etc. Now, let me give you an example of a median sold price home in the $310,000 or less. So this home is a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2,500 square feet home that's listed for $309,500. So just a little under $310,000, which is the median sold price. So as you can see, it's a nice home. Look at this nice backyard. It's a split level home when you first come in, and then you have the upstairs with a living room. You have a eating area, dining area, and then the kitchen. Really looks like a very well maintained home. That's a nice sized kitchen there. So I just want to show you kind of an example of what you can expect to find. Nice sized bathroom. Maybe it's not like the most updated, but everything seems to be in good condition, good shape. You know, kind of has some nice neutral colors for the most part. So I mean, for $310,000, you can't find this in every market, right? There's some markets where you could never find this. All right, so now let's take a look at let's play with some numbers here. So this home, let's say you get it for $310,000. You do 10% down payment at $31,000. You do a 30-year fix, 7.5% interest rate. Let's say property taxes are about $3,500. Home insurance, you know, $1,600 a year. And since you don't do 20% down and you have to pay PMI, you know, let's say it's about $100 more or less. You might have some loan programs where you don't have to pay PMI, but let's just be conservative. So your total monthly payment would be $2,476. Your loan will be, you know, principal and interest would be $1,951, and then your escrow, so property taxes and insurance would be like $525 with this total amount here. If you would like a personalized assessment as to how much you could qualify for a home, or maybe you're thinking about selling your home and you want to know how much you could sell it for, reach out to me via email or send me a comment below, and I'll make sure to reach out to you and contact you so I can give you more information. Thanks for watching.